Good morning and welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso right here on S3. And this morning we are diving into a fascinating topic that impacts all of us. We're talking joint, muscle and bone health. And this morning we are joined by two incredible experts. Laura Johnson, we know her well, CEO and Integrative Nutrition Health Coach at Phytoceutics, and Annelies Smith this morning, Head of Clinical Nutrition and Mentorship at 3x4 Genetics. Welcome Laura and Annelies, lovely to see you guys. We're talking about epigenetics. And how does epigenetics work in terms of understanding it to create supplementation and dietary plans to really improve things like athletics performance and overall health?
Epigenetics is everything that happens outside our genes. So our genetics are our blueprint, and everything that happens in your body there's a code for it, it's like a recipe. Everything that happens when you train, when you respond to certain nutrients, your genes would impact how you respond. So we always say your environment plus your genes will influence your health. So environment is your epigenetics. So every time you eat something, every time you exercise, every time you expose to something, a virus, that's your epigenetics, and then your genes respond in a certain way depending on what you inherited from your parents.
Sure, and that just makes it rather clear how important it is, to think about what we put into our bodies. And I want to talk specifically about vitamins and supplements. And if we're understanding epigenetics, how does that play a role if you combine those two with regards to bone and joint health?
Yes, so if we think about bone and joint and all connective tissue, so that's bone, joint, even the connective tissue inside your gut, you talked about that is all influenced by your genetics. So the way that the connective tissue forms, the way it repairs, how it withstands certain load will be impacted by your genetics. And it's never just one gene, it's a bunch of genes together with your environment. So if we think of nutrients normally we used to think about nutrients as, are you deficient, you need to fill a gap, maybe give an end product, give an antioxidant to repair things, but it's much more complicated than that. And that's why phytonutrients are often talked about as groups of nutrients. It turns specific genes on that's going to have a specific impact on those
For instance, to repair muscle after a workout, right? What about the other side, the lifestyle factors?
Yes, so I think that we often neglect or don't think how important that is. So I always say sleep is a superpower. So if you're not sleeping enough, you're not going to be able to repair the muscles and the joints. You're not going to be able to remove the toxins so well, because a lot of that happens while you sleep. And also, some people just need more sleep than others, and that's also quite genetic. So that's also where genes play a role for sure.
So in terms of supplementation, when we look at bone health, joint health, muscular health as well, what are out there for the people? What would you recommend?
Diet's obviously key, as Annelies mentioned, to ensure you get the right nutrients in order to manage this gene expression. But diet isn't always sufficient, and often supplements are needed, specifically if you are particularly targeting genes that need to be turned on or off. Omega-3 fatty acids are important in gene inflammation, particularly with regards to inflammation. So if you struggle with bone and joint inflammation, then that's incredibly important. Magnesium's involved in 300 enzymatic processes in the body, so that's also crucial for overall metabolic health and then also for your bone and joint health. And then something like ashwagandha, where we touched on sleep, can help you relax and recover, and it can also affect the quality of your sleep.
And these are all natural-based supplements, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah, and I actually got asked an interesting question with regards to turmeric. So curcumin comes from turmeric, which is found in curry, and that's really beneficial for bone and joint health. And I got asked the question, why can't we get that in our diet? So something like turmeric or curcumin is very poorly absorbed. So you'd have to eat a lot of curry, basically all the time in order to get enough, and then your body still might not absorb it properly. So the thing with high-quality supplements is that they are created in a way that they're highly bioavailable, highly absorbable, so that you can take one capsule and you know that your body will utilize it and get the amount it needs in order to have a therapeutic effect.
Look, I know that you and your team, you guys have got your ear on the ground in terms of what is happening, because this is also a space where things are constantly evolving. There's new discoveries being made. What are some of the more recent, I think, breakthroughs that you can share with regards to epigenetics and supplementation?
There's a lot of research on antioxidants and then also with regards to mitochondrial health. So there's research on gene expression with regards to resveratrol and which is an antioxidant and an anti-inflammatory, also with curcumin, and how they affect gene expression with regard to oxidation, oxidative stress. So exercise will cause oxidative stress, free radicals that damage your bones and joints, and then also mitochondrial health. So mitochondria are these little energy powerhouses in your cells. And research around resveratrol and curcumin basically chat about how this can help with physical endurance and then recovery. Another supplement that's really shining at the moment is NMN, and this generates NAD in your cells, which also affects your mitochondria and energy. And this is also with regards to physical energy expenditure and then recovery. And, you know, we're seeing a lot of research with NMN with regards to long COVID, funnily enough. So long COVID, you're left with serious fatigue. And NMN is showing that it enables more energy in your cells and has massive benefits when you are suffering from fatigue.
And that is why we have you as the experts here and your availability always. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Valuable insights indeed. And it really is clear that understanding epigenetics and integrating personalized nutrition can significantly enhance our health and performance. So again, to Laura and to Annelie, it's an absolute pleasure having them on our couch this morning. And there's something in there for you as well. You stand the chance to win a 1,000 Rand Phytoceutics voucher. And what you need to do to enter is all you have to do is to take the photo health quiz on phytoceutics.com/Expresso. Remember, T&Cs do apply, and they can find them on our website, expressoshow.com.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code EXPRESSO for 15% off at phytoceutics.com.